on again, and they'll be still in jail. Papa called, and he was just leaving Walmart to go over to his going as a busk, and Cat's still cleaning herself. My God, Cat. If you get that fucking doity that you have to clean like that, then quit getting that doity. She rolls around in the dust and stuff to disguise herself from birds or something. And it wakes because she's always bringing home a big ass doity. Pigeon. Pigeon. Hi, Grandma. Love you. I love you too, girl. Nobody loves me. Yeah, we do, but we're punishing you for being horrible to yourself. I don't want to run out and play the cause. I just forget. Well, because you forget, you have to go to jail. Well, that ain't right. I'm just forgetful. But you do know that you're going out there and running off from Grandma and outsmarting Grandma. That's not my fault. Yes, it is. You know that you're supposed to, obey and come in the house. I was leading you back and I got distracted by cleaning up Luna's poo-poo of maybe yours. It's Luna's. I poop over at the other apartment complex. Grandma? So, they declined Darren's appeal to go to school and appeal the maximum time frame thing. And then he dropped all of his classes. But I gotta tell you, that's just straight up discrimination against Darren because of what happened to me. And not allowing him to go to school and have his financial aid. He could probably go to a different school and they'd allow him in and with the financial aid. And I was really mad at him, not to mention them. It's like, they've circulated a picture of me with the other people, the criminals who have been banished from the school. I'll show it to you guys sometime on the show. It's like, wow, okay. And so they have me flagged, and I'm sure they have Darren's name flagged. And so they just, because of me, didn't let him in. And I gotta tell you, I was very hurt and very angry by that. But I've been very hurt and angry by a bunch of stuff. I mean, everything lately. But that, I couldn't believe after all this time that they would still be discriminating against us. And, and they did. And retaliating against me and Darren because I made complaints. It's like, and I did refuse to sue them. And I told them I was not going to. And so I'm going to get dressed to go, and I'll do my chanting. But anyway, after I shut you guys off, or after I get where I'm going and stuff or whatever. But so they refused to allow Darren to go to school with financial aid, and he had planned on maybe buying a car, buying a laptop, some of the stuff we need. Him a car. I'm getting my car back. and they refused it. And I said, well, go to school anyway, you know? I said, you shouldn't be quitting. That is just so unacceptable to me. And his mom said she would pay for him to go to school. And he said, no, I'm not going to go to school. I'm going to go out and play trumpet. And yesterday he got up early and played trumpet. Today he is at 2 o'clock finally getting out there, maybe. You know, and I don't care, but he told me that he wants to get out there every day except for Sundays, at 10 a.m. And yeah, we're staying up all night. And last night we were up because I was lecturing him a lot. I'm like, you need to go to school. You have somebody willing to pay for you to go to school and you're not going to school? What is wrong with you? He was doing so well. His mental illness was so much better. Mine was better. And now he quit. And I said, I can't stand quitting. It's just grotesque to me. And I'm sure I'll see on our film how I've quit all this stuff. But I don't see myself as a person who quits. I see myself as a tenacious person who will not give up. And maybe needs to more often, but you know, I'll destroy us because I refuse to give up on this dragging shit home thing. And maybe I need to be more of a quitter with stuff, and he needs to be less of a quitter, you know. I told him, you know, I don't know if ever once you've ever really not quit anything. I mean, like, I think every time you've ever tried something, you've quit it. And that may be an unfair thing I'm saying, but it may not be true, completely true, but it's enough true that it's a problem. I'm the one who, like, he'll say, hey, let's start a newsletter for the tennis association. Guess who's doing the newsletter now? It's me. And I made it beautiful, and it's wonderful, and he helped me. He helped pay for it. He helped with going to get it printed and stuff, and you know, he helps, but he is not the person to take the bull by the fucking balls and get stuff done. I am. And I may make every decision wrong, but I do it. And it bugs me because now he said he's going to be writing. He's forgotten about playing tennis, I guess. And he's going to be playing trumpet. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. But you were already going to school and doing well. It had balanced us out. He said, I want to do a schedule. I'm like, you were on a schedule. School, it was your schedule. And he just dropped it, and I told him, you know, you have the right to choose for yourself whether or not you go to damn school. But I told him from the beginning, I said, he was really upset that he had met an obstacle with the school thing. Maybe it's the same obstacle where he had to apply for this thing, and there were catch-22s around it. And I said, you know, babe, if you decide to go to school, you have to decide to go to school and really mean it. It can't be about money, and it has to be about going to school. It's about going to school. And I said, if it's not about going to school, don't do it. Drop it out now. Drop out now. Don't try. Don't enroll in stuff. And so he thought about it and decided, yeah, he was going to school for school's sake. And you know what? He acted like it too. I've been a student with this guy, and while he's not doing his homework, I'm getting my homework done, you know. And while he's not going to class and sometimes getting drunk out in the car, I'm going to school. And he's not drinking right now, dudes, and he's not smoking marijuana, and neither am I. And thank goodness. And I'm proud of him for that stuff. And I'm proud of me for that. But this basic kind of habit of life of not completing things is just horrible. It's so bad for him. He'll get so depressed because he'll say, I've lived 22 years and never have finished anything. I'm like, I know. Why don't you get up and start finishing shit? I mean, I'm that brutal about it. And I'm that brutal with myself. I'm like, okay, you sat and got depressed for an hour or whatever. Now get your ass up and get to work. You know, nobody gives a shit that you're suffering. And get up and get to work. That's all that matters. And that's not really a fair truth. And I can't be like that all the time, so I have to let myself cry and shit. And I have to let myself get depressed sometimes because it's not healthy not to. But it's even less healthy to sit and cry all day and really not finish stuff, not work on stuff, not have a motivation in your life. I have tons of motivation, and it's good because I have such suicidal tendencies, man. I have to have good motivation in my life to stay alive, to overcome health problems, to work on my mental health, and so I have that. Darren is learning it from me, and my example, and I've gone through a long time thinking, this guy is never going to figure this shit out, because I've been doing it all for him. I'm like, oh, I love your idea of doing a newsletter, I'll do it. And I am now the media relations person in the tennis association, and that's the perfect place for me. And I love it. And so that's a good thing. But the fact is that I waited a year for him to get to work on it. And he didn't. And there were obstacles, but most of those were ones that I'll say we created. Got a new pouch for you guys. It's gonna be awesome. People keep telling me to stop digging in the trash, and they're right. But if I stopped digging in the trash, I wouldn't have this coat, this purse, this jacket, this shirt, these sweats, these shoes, and probably the socks I'm wearing and the bra. And yes, I don't wear underwear. I refuse. Grandma, that's disgusting. Don't tell them that. It's not even true. It's up for them to decide whether or not I wear underwear. They shouldn't be thinking about your fucking underwear. That's disgusting, Grandma. Going without underwear is just, why? I don't get it. Well, yeah, you do. You don't wear underwear. I know, but I'm a dog, bitch. I'm sorry, but I'm a dog. You don't remember? You don't remember that I'm a fucking dog? You're not a dog. Well, I'm a doggy. Yeah. And you know that shit's true. I'm gonna wear these sunglasses. I bought these sunglasses at fucking Dollar Tree. I found these other nice ones. They're some fancy thing in the mall, laying around, just abandoned. So I picked them up. They're nice, and I love these. These are my Dollar Tree ones, and they're fucking nice. It's like, why shop at Ray-Ban or whatever? I mean, I like Ray-Ban, okay, but I don't have the money for that shit. When you can get really nice shit for a dang $1, right? And then you sit on it and it's broken, and then you're happy because you can go run over to Dollar Tree and buy another one. Grandma, shut up and quit lecturing everybody. Pop has done the best he could. He's doing good. He's doing fine, and you always wanting to pick at him and criticize him like a mother hen. And he doesn't like it. It drives him nutso, and that's not his fault. I mean, it's your fault, Grandma. Well, it is true. I got so mad at him last night, and I told him a long lecture and said, there are 1% of people in the world's population who get a degree in higher education. In other words, like, get a college degree of any kind. And maybe that percentage has changed, or maybe I don't remember it perfectly accurately, but it's a very small number of people who get to go to college in this world. And he's got it being paid for. He's been doing so well, just getting serious about it, doing excellently well in his classes, and And then he just says, oh, I met an obstacle, I'm done. I'm like, dude, you're going to meet an obstacle in the next thing you do. That's just life. And some obstacles really are too big to overcome in the sense of, you know, like, I don't know what, but it's possible, you know. Like, I haven't been able to overcome this alcoholism thing that we've dealt with by continuing to drink. Okay, that has to be given up. And so that's what we've done, except for I've got some wine from my heart. Let's hope it's still in here, right? Yeah. He's not touching it. He's staying away from it, and I haven't touched it at all, and we've had it several days. And it's just for me to go off by myself, have a little glass of wine in the evenings, and help my cholesterol, which is really bad, and I don't want to be on medication. But I'm really not too drawn to it myself either. But I will do it because it's the relaxation thing I don't have down. And, you know, the self-regulating thing we're working on, and it's difficult, man. What? Like, my poor mom tried to teach me this shit. Well, she just couldn't. He was too troublesome, Grandma. I know. You will trouble with a capital fucking T. Well, you may have been a lot like me. Maybe she needed to lock you in your room. And throw some turkey in there on the floor for you to eat. I hate it in here. She's whining. She wants to get out. She's not getting out. She's got to stay in there all day, you guys. I hate it that she risks her life out there. I'm probably wrong for locking her in there. I have no more resources than that. I just don't know what else to do. I'm probably need to learn how to train my pets, and I don't know how to, you know? Here's our house right now. That's that deal right there, that clothes thing, hanging clothes rod thing. That is, some of it is there all the time. Some of it switches over all the time. I can't access the stuff in there. I was able to access it a few days. Then they said, if you don't clean off your porch, they said this to everybody, we're going to send out a 7-day eviction notice. And you know what? Right now we can't be risking that. So we dragged everything inside and threw it in the galley. And this is the stuff in the house we're still culling through, because we're giving stuff away to people who are so grateful for it. It's just unbelievable. They're thanking us. They're in the middle of COVID wanting to hug us and all this stuff. And it's like, why are some people full of gratitude about what we're doing and other people are trying to punish us and make us suffer? Because they're assholes. Not the ones who are grateful. I mean, the other ones. The assholes, Grandma. I might wear a different scarf or an additional scarf. Well, I mean, Darren and I have a lot to learn, but we did move here with everybody understanding that we're disabled. But, you know, I'm so glad that not all of the fighting has stopped. No, I'm not glad about that. But not all of the fighting has stopped. But I'm glad that it's gotten way better. You know, it has gotten better, but any of it is too much. It really is. We were fighting out at the bus stop, and I was just grateful that it wasn't here. Because around here, it's just hugely risky us, and it does still happen. And you know, Darren and I are just volatile with one another. We're a chemical reaction with one another, and I've learned over time to stay much calmer. And it's still with me yelling at him and him yelling at me. It's just one of the ways we communicate, and because the real way to communicate, we really, like, I've studied communications, you know, English language, literature, writing, filmmaking, and gallery management. I've done creative and businessy stuff and communication stuff. And I can't communicate with Darren. You can't communicate with Dylan. Or some other people. Because what happens is the minute I start to panic, and I do start to panic, I just cannot from there even regulate myself. I'm like, okay, I tried to communicate this in language. It's not working. I'm gonna yell at you. You know, and it's understandable, but it isn't very effective. One day, Darren was saying at the bus stop yesterday or whenever it was, he was saying, you know, and this is damn scary to me. It's talk about panic. This will make me panic. He's saying, we need to go and sign this lease because we're not under a lease right now. And I'm like, I know, but if we sign the lease as a month-to-month lease, we're not going to be under a lease either. It's no lease at all. And I'm not going to agree to it. And he started screaming at me at the bus stop. And I started screaming at him back because he was saying, you know, you're risking us getting evicted. I'm like, yeah, I know. We're at risk of getting evicted, dude. And we are there right now. You know, on the first, we were supposed to sign some shit. And this is like the 11th. And, no. We were supposed to sign some shit and we didn't because I told her we will not sign a month-to-month lease. We're not going to do it. And apparently we've been on a month-to-month lease for years, I think. And nobody told us. They're pulling the wool over everybody's eyes around here. Nobody else knew it either. And it's like, somebody's got to be on the up and up, and I'm going to make them be. And the owners are different from the management company. The owners is not a private ownership, it's corporate owners. They do not want me and Darren raising hell over these issues and telling the other tenants about it. They're very mad at us. And they want to find a way to get rid of us, is how I see it. That's what I feel, see, and experience. Although all these therapy people are saying, well, just relax and focus on the positive. And I'm like, people have told me that in the past, and they risked me getting evicted. And I can't just wholeheartedly turn a blind eye to these threats. But I guess if somebody's yelling at you, screaming at you, and wanting to kill you, if you ignore them well enough, maybe they'll go away. But I can't risk my housing or my life doing that kind of shit. But getting engaged with it is not good either. You're putting on some lipstick, some of your paint, Grandma. Yeah. A little paint on. Grandma, you're acting like you're something, but you're really a butthole for oppressing me. You're a butthole for oppressing me, Grandma. I know I am. I don't know what else to do. I've been taught by the same society I live in. All the tactics that they use to make people behave. You know. Next you're gonna evict me? No, next you're gonna stop doing that shit. Okay. So, I'm ready. Okay, I'm gonna head that way. Catch Darren along the way. I better grab a mask. Because it's love in the time of COVID, man. I'll just grab this one. It's a paper one that my therapist gave me. You know, these numbers, my goodness. My friend who lives in Guyman, Oklahoma, Wendy, my best friend, she put something on Facebook, and I'll tell you about Facebook in a minute. That, you know, there's math of numbers in Guyman and in Oklahoma. Oh my God, it's terrifying, dudes. The numbers in her county are outrageous. Just super duper high. And it's like, well, don't go out in public and don't go out without a damn mask. Everybody there's got COVID. It's like a zombie apocalypse, dudes. Where are gloves? I don't know where gloves are. Shit, fuck it. I'll find something back. Well, Grandma, let me have a look at you. Let me have a look at you, Grandma. Oh, yeah, you're looking spectacular, Grandma. I'm too tired to look right now. Okay, well, okay, I love you guys. Got that? You gotta go outside. Got that? Go outside. Go outside. Got that. Come on. You gotta go outside. I hate her being outside. Normally I'd put her in the galley, but Dobby's in there being in jail. I don't even have any water, Grandma. Are you thirsty? No, not really. It's the idea, Grandma. Now let me get you some real quick. I'm playing my gypsy music because I really have become a gypsy, a genuine gypsy. No, you're not. You're not of the gypsy blood. I know. But unless I am, I mean, you know, I don't know. Grandma, people thought you was from Yoyup, Eastern Yoyup, for a long fucking time, maybe even Germany. Yeah, I've got some German. Well, they was talking about your so-called accent. Just like you've got one. Yeah, but I'm from Boston. Oh, she's bringing me some fucking water, huh? Let me out, Grandma. No. You gotta stay here. It's cold in here. It's cold in here, Grandma. Let me out. You're gonna be gone a long time. You were gone a long time too, and you have to stay in there. I love you, but stay in there. She's gonna be fine, dudes, but I gotta tell you, that is the worst thing to do to her. And to me, besides her running out. But I know she's safe. So I've had to do terrible things to Darren to get him to calm down. And it's worked a little bit. You know, I've had to call the police on him. I've had to let him out. I mean, it was bad. So sad to me and him. I mean, him and me, you know. Okay. Off we go. Cleared off our porch a lot because of, you know, threads. I mean, you know it's into that stuff. We moved off a lot off of our porch. We couldn't get everything off, you know. A lot of that stuff is for the tenants association out there, that stuff along there, and down into there. But he said you can't store things on your back porch. That's our garden. And I gotta tell you, everybody has shit all over their back porches. I mean, it's just true. I mean, well, let's see if I can walk this way and show you dudes. You know, I'm fine with them having stuff all over the back porch. I don't give a fuck. In fact, I encourage it. It's more community-based. It's more, you know, people getting to use the... We have tiny apartments here. And we get to use the space that we're paying for. Oh, by the way, that thing about the people towing away, we're paying for them people to tow our own cars away. You know, we don't pay a lot if you're on government subsidy, but it's still, you know, true.
That's not bad. And I want my neighbors to have their stuff outside. I want them to. You know? They cleaned it up quite a bit, but you know what I mean? I want them to have their stuff outside. This is their home, you know? But I will also say that, okay, they moved their table. I was out there for a long time, so I am glad everybody's cleaning it up, because, oh no, they've got their table out here. Shit. And their grill, which is against this lease. But they're not going to be cited because they're not us. But if they were us, oh, hell yeah. Dude, get a fucking eviction notice. But this lady's not going to cite to us because we try. Because I pissed her off and told her I was the boss. And I'm like, well, that just accidentally came out, so. And it's true, too. That's why I said it. Aren't you honest? You know? Man, if I go this way, I might end up having to roll down the hill, but I'll go. See, there's more stuff on their back porch, you know? And I don't care. Good for them. You know, I like it when people have stuff on the porches and stuff. It's alive and it's real and it's the way people really live. If they got a porch, they use it. But there's another part, and it's the government, federal subsidized housing has fire regulations. And those fire regulations mean that you can't set your chair over here, but you can set your chair over there. And you can't have more than one thing out there, and you can't clutter it up, because when you're running out of your house in case of a fire in the middle of the night, you're gonna break your neck and get burned up too. And I get that. I get it. So, you know, I appreciate it and respect it. How do we balance people's, you know, right to live in their own homes and have what they have and enjoy it in tiny, tiny spaces with these fire codes and these regulations from the federal government? Because I gotta tell you, whenever we know about an inspection from the feds, we don't just clean things up and make it nice for ourselves. We make it nice for the whole property, because, I mean, with that intent. Because we don't want these horrible people who this money goes to fund us, the owners, get paid. And I'm going to say they're horrible people. I've had conversations with the director, and he's not a nice guy to me. You know, he and I have our fucking issues with each other. And mine is, I care about the tenants, and his is he cares about whatever, you know, corporate shit. And money and power, I think. And that's maybe unfair and maybe even untrue, but that's what it feels like to me. So I'm saying what it fucking feels like. And it feels like it's probably fucking true, but I don't know for sure, because all I know is these guys have been, you know, really mad at me and Darren, it feels like, for starting this tenants organization and trying to salvage things from the trash. And I don't blame them, because it looks like I'm cluttering everything up. But so far, the Tenants Association has donated approximately $14,000 worth of items to charitable organizations in this town. And I mean it, okay? Because some of it's going to Savers, and I see it on sale there. Not on sale, but it's being sold there. And I've checked the prices of our own stuff, okay? And I've done a guesstimation about how much that would be if all of it were sold through Savers, and how they're making money off of our goods and items. But that's the best I could do in some cases. A lot of it's gone to the homeless shelters. A lot of it's gone to individuals. And Some of it's come back to the Village Sage itself, and a lot of it's come to me and Darren, but yeah, we're still calling through it, man. So, approximately $14,000 worth of items that were diverted from the landfills at a sustainable / green, GREEN, capital, all of those are caps, environment. The reason it means something that is all caps is that they're green certified. And part of a green certification includes a, reuse of the waste on the property and a support of the tenants recycling, okay? We're not technically recycling anything there. There's not a way to recycle, but we are reusing stuff. And that's a huge amount of work for me and Darren. I asked him to go jump in the dang dumpster last night, and he was like, no, I don't want to. I'm sick of this shit. We've got too much shit in here. And I said, I know, but if you don't do it, I'm going to. So he did it, and we brought back some beautiful stuff. Some really nice clothes. But by now, people should know, don't throw it away. And we've got to set up a system where people, instead of throwing it away, they set it in a storage stall beside the trash, which we have those. They're not covered, and they're locked away from us right now. People can throw shit over, but they can't access it and get inside there, take anything out, or use it. And by the way, I've thought, oh, they take that stuff and they, give it away and all this stuff. No, they throw it away. I saw them out there hatcheting a beautiful couch. Well, it was a fucked up couch, okay? But I had eyed that couch and thought, man, I could really fix that thing up and really somebody could use it. And I said, well, that's okay. They'll bring it to a place where it'll be used. No, they were hacking it to death out there. And I came in the house and started crying because I didn't save it. I feel like Schindler sometimes. I feel like Mother Teresa sometimes with this stuff. And I'm warped. I'm severely mentally ill because of it. And when they hatchet a couch that I care about as a being, a living being, okay, a non-sentient living being, although I have a hard time even believing they're non-sentient. So it's hard for me to throw anything away. I feel guilty. I apologize to it. I kiss it goodbye, But most of it I give away because I cannot throw it away. And these guys hatcheted it up and threw it on their truck to go to the landfill. And I don't know anything about that company that takes that stuff away. But when I saw that, I made up my mind. They're taking our stuff. That is the Village Sage's stuff. The tenants' stuff, literally. The tenants took it out of their property and put it over there, okay? So another tenant might be able to use it. I don't know. It's just I told the sweet lady she's real sweet, wonderful lady, who came from the church to pick up stuff and donate it back to some people, a homeless shelter. She said something about something, that it was a God thing that this happened. And I said, we feel like, me and Darren and I feel like this is our mission to save this stuff from the landfills. And I told them what we've done over the past couple of years, and they were astonished. And they were so happy and grateful. I'm like, wish you were our landlords. I didn't tell them, because there's such controversy around it. People might be I've been having trouble remembering words, and it's not because I have dementia. It's because I have a lot of stress and never rest and never do my self-care anymore. What happened? But I'll go to the coffee shop over here and do some self-care. One thing I do a lot of, well, they'll be repelled, that's the word. they'll be repelled from participating in it. Nobody wants to get in the middle of a fucking bad controversy. You know, if you can avoid one, most people will. It's healthier. But I'm not like that. You know, I'll jump right in the middle of it, especially if I feel like I have a leadership role in it. And it's kind of even cool that, you know, in a very sick, stressful way, it's kind of even cool that we have pissed so many people off about doing this. I was told by the people who own, the director who directs the corporation that owns our property, just throw that stuff away. And I said, absolutely not. So, you know, when I get that kind of reception for what I do, I'm kind of encouraged to keep doing it, you know, and yet, you know, sometimes you have to stop doing shit. If somebody says stop drinking, you need to fucking stop it, because your life has become unmanageable. And this stuff that I'm dragging inside, my life has become damn unmanageable, okay? Darren will yell at me and scream at me. I will be practically pulling my own hair out about it. I'll get up and look around and go, we haven't made any fucking progress. We gave mountains and mountains and mountains of stuff away. And it's still stacked high heaven in there. How did we get all that shit in there? I don't even know. All I know is I really am good. I can put together a puzzle, not a real puzzle. Those are like, I don't get it. Leave me alone. Those are boring. But a real puzzle I can put together. If I'm motivated by it, hell yeah. Give me a tiny box to live in and a whole bunch of shit to squeeze in there, and I'll do it. Because I know I'll do it. I've done it. And I gotta tell you, I'm like mountain after mountain after mountain after mountain of stuff, and we cleaned out, not completely, but we pared down the galley. Then they said, move the shit off your back porch or you're gonna get a notice of eviction. We can't afford that shit. So Darren was real pissed at me, and I said, just move out of the way, I'll do it. And he's like, you can't do it, it's too damn heavy. I'm like, I know, but I'll do it. So he moved it all inside, back into the galley, and you saw it stacked up again. And as soon as they're done with these threats, I'm going to put it all back outside. So, because it's stupid. Most of it is the community garden stuff. And when we tried to move it over there, they said, get that out of there, we're going to throw it away. So we did. We moved it from there back to the, like, what? Life is all about moving shit from here to there and there to there and there to there and back to there. I never heard of it. And we were watching something or out in the country doing our horse therapy stuff, and there was stuff thrown all over the place. I'm like, how refreshing. And I don't mean it in a bad way. I mean, it was lived in and beautiful and inviting and warm and alive. And here everything's alive too, and they don't like it. They don't want it to be that way. They want us to look at our apartment complex, which is very, very beautiful, this apartment complex is, and see only a blank canvas, you know, very little expression. We're in Santa Fe. Where did this come from? These outsiders from damn Texas came in here and said, you know, we want it to be like Texas, or we want it to be like New York City, or some shit like that. And we're saying, but we want it to be like Santa Fe, you know? And that's got bad, but it's got so much good. And we're wanting some of the good of Santa Fe. And, you know, that's gotten us tossed out on our ear many a time. We made the big top up in the mountains, and our landlord said, I'm getting complaints that you guys have that out there. I'm like, wow. And you guys see it on camera. It's just beautiful. It's an art installation. And they didn't want this different, weird, but really magical, because I haven't used that word often enough lately. I haven't really allowed myself to feel that word. I have experienced it a lot, but I haven't really allowed myself to acknowledge it, but it was magical out there. I mean, what we did. And they were mad. The neighbors were mad and complaining. And yeah, some of it was wacky, like laundry hanging out all over the trees. But you're up in the damn mountains. Come on. Like, they're mountain people, aren't they? So, this is my walk to Starbucks. That isn't actually the walk. I mean, the first part wasn't. Once you get to the trailer park on is the walk I take. The other way is just a different path to the trailer park across the field. I'm carrying my heavy backpack. I'll show it to you. I'm wearing heavy clothes. And my shrink, I gotta tell you, I love this lady. She's my new shrink. She told me I need to go out for a 5 or 10 minute walk. I said, are you kidding me? And I practically said it like this, you guys. I said, are you kidding me? My husband and I walk all over the place. Carrying heavy stuff, we're constantly exercising, constantly moving shit around. I said, you know, if exercise were the solution, we would never feel bad. Because we exercise. But I gotta tell you, working with the horses yesterday, I was so exhausted after that. I'm like, this has drained every ounce of energy, bad energy, out of me. Stressed out energy, adrenaline energy out of me. And there's nothing left. Which was good, but I found it again so I could work really hard on the house. And make no fucking progress, you guys saw it. Yes, it's really, really pretty. It's always very pretty. But the problem is what they call clutter. And I've used the word before, and occasionally I'll use it, but the truth of our house is that it's not cluttered, it's crowded. There's no place to put shit. I'm really shooting for minimalism, dudes, and I'm gonna land at maximalism, but I hope, I really don't want actual minimalism, but I love minimalism. It's beautiful, but it's too cold. And yet I want to shoot for it because I'll never make it. So there's a homeless person up here. We're in COVID and they're all over the place and they should be housed. And they should be taken care of better. And I'm going to shout out to the mayor. Not really shout out to him because I don't like doing that without Darren. And but we love Mayor Alan Weber. And you know what? I'm critical. And I love that guy. He's wonderful. He's been, you know, scathingly criticized in this town. And he's done nothing but try to help everybody. Failed. It sounds like maybe he failed in their eyes. But I think he succeeded, you know? He ain't done yet. He's got more work to do. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. Mommy, I'll hang it. I shook that rag out and all the dust flew in that nice lady's face. Sorry. I was stupid, but, you know, we all make mistakes. I was trying to save this rag, and in so doing, I shook dirt in the face of the nice lady. It's one of my friends sitting on the curb waving a sign. They're not arresting people for waving a sign lately, and that's good. They should never have done that. Well, we're almost across the Rios, man. That's a fucking walk, a hike. We go to the Starbucks and relax. There's somebody speeding down the road. I get tired of that because we cross this road sometimes without the light. And I'm like, babe, be super careful as we cross these roads because at night when there's no traffic, that's when the racers come out. and they might not see us. We might not get across. So, and even at the light is damn dangerous. But we live so close. And I have no depth perception. Have I told you guys this? Zero depth perception. When someone's coming along with their lights in my face, even if they're like, I don't know, let's say 100 yards off, and then there's another car that's, say 100 feet off, I think they're the same. And they're not saying, no, get back. Can't be going out there. You know, they're too close. Or come on, they're far away. And I'm like, shit, this is not the way my eyes see it. But I'm aware I don't have good depth perception. So I try to be extra careful. But if you can't trust your eyes, what are you gonna do? Okay, I'm almost where Darren should be playing. They've kicked us off these properties 1,000 times. Not this actual property, actually off the property. So let's hope that doesn't happen again. But Darren's playing here a lot, and people just so love him. They just love him. He's over here. Yeah, I'm picking up dirty rags still. I mean, some people said, you know, I wouldn't do that during COVID. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty fucking stupid, to be honest. It's a compulsion, and that friend said, it doesn't seem like you're able to stop it, so we might as well try to figure out a way to make it work. And I'm like, yeah. And she meant, you know, including it overtly in the Tenants Association newsletter, which I'd already done, and she was glad I did. So that was nice. Some people support me. Hi, sweetheart, we're on. Yeah, they walked with me here. It's taken an hour, but I didn't start out here, so. Is that mine?
Yeah.
I
don't even know if you like elephants.
I love elephants. In fact, I had a dream about an elephant the other day.
Really?
Remember? It was that baby elephant.
Yeah. Well,
and it was, I had to wash it.
It seemed like a motif. It seemed to be
Yes. I love elephants. I often give my elephant stuff away to people who also love elephants, but I'm keeping this one. I give it away if I find it sometimes.
An elephant for my baby.
Thank you, I love it. Sparkly.
Well, things are going slow here too. There was a crowd here when I got here.
Yeah.
There was people with a U-Haul van over
Yeah.
here and a car behind it, and somebody else sort of between my spot and this spot with the sign.
Yeah.
And then I saw our friend
Our
at
friend
the
over
intersection.
up there. Yeah.
But
If you put
everybody's
this up
cleared
in,
out now.
well, maybe in your bag. It's just something I have
Yeah.
to keep track of. Well, so you're just kind of getting started?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's fine. I'm gonna go sit and
It feels like the weekend already, so.
it is. So let's just relax and pretend like the fucking office is out of the office and
Yeah.
gone. And we stress until after 5. We look at our door and there is mail on it, but I put that mail out there.
Okay.
It's that mail that goes to somebody else. So I didn't want to get it confused with our stuff, so I just put it out there. And I'm gonna have them come pick it up at some point, or we'll bring it over there. But I just don't want to even, you know, communicate with those guys. Oh, nice sweater with the little dog shit. Not dog shit, sorry, bird shit on there. Will you put that in there too? Still got
Yeah.
a tag on it. I'll wash it and we'll give it away. Okay, I love you. I don't wash everything, but something with bird shit on it, I will. Okay, give me a kiss and I'll go over there.
Do you want?
Unless you. Oh, nice. Oh, cool. Will you put them in my backpack?
Yeah, I got the energy drink.
Nice, thank you. The rock store from my rock store. He's got a fan base,
My
dude.
baby's a rock star.
Well,
I'm
show
kind
him
of
me. I don't know if they've
I'm the
seen me.
groupie.
Well, I'm your groupie, so that makes us
we're each
both.
other's groupies.
It's hard to be a groupie at the same time. We're also groupies, right there? Yeah.
Groupie groupies.
But
That
most
could be
groupies are
the other name
groupies,
of our
aren't they?
band. Well, in our case.
Yeah. Okay, I'll show him my baby. He's a rock star. Nice.
Did you see my high waters?
Yeah,
It
cool.
got too warm. I had to.
Yeah,
strip off
I'm
a
warm
couple
with all my
layers.
stuff on, but I'll take it off here in a minute.
Did they see my baby?
I don't know.
Here's my baby.
I'm dressed
She's
and
the-
ready to go play
she's
the
the
bagpipe.
Rock star camera lady, coffee shop patron. Super
I'm really going to be a
duper,
coffee shop patron. I'm going to do
star.
my online decor stuff. I love that, but they're mean to me on there. They never like my stuff, and some of them they give me lower grades. I'm like,
That's stupid.
no,
baby.
no, you're blind. So that's all right. There are a lot of blind people in the world. So I told them I have no depth perception and stuff. Okay, I love you.
Too,
Okay,
baby.
see ya pretty soon. You know where to find me, okay?
Yeah, you know where to find me. You should be able to hear me if the wind isn't too strong. Ours is yours? Okay. I thought you might be. I thought you
No,
Last
it's gotta be the right time. I'm not in the
No, man.
And have a sip of your energy drink.
Yeah.
I'm thirsty for energy drink. It's got
Well.
supplements in it and stuff.
Yeah.
Taking a couple gulps, is that okay?
Yeah. I've got another one, but it's warm. This one's pretty warm too.
Okay, yeah. Okay, well, I adore you, love.
I adore you too.
Okay, find me,
Okay.
or I'll find you, but
Am
you'll
I-
probably find me.
All right, baby.
I can't wait to hear you
All right, sweet baby.
playing on the way home.
Are we still on?
We're still on, yeah, we're still on, I'm sorry.
Getting some of the stuff out of here before.
Yeah, just roll it up and put it inside that other one, and they're both pretty dirty. And if stuff is stained, I give it to the homeless shelters. That's my intent. So people have to give it to the places where I intend it, or somebody who has different expectations might see it and not appreciate it. But at the homeless
Yeah.
shelter, they will. They'll love it.
Yeah.
So, okay, I love you.
He'll appreciate it.
Yeah.
Love you too, baby.
See you soon.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll come find you over there.
Love you. See you in a
Come find
minute.
me over here.
Okay, I adore you. Thank you. Thanks for your hard work. You're taking care of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good work if you can get it.
Yeah, and you've got it, hon. Okay, see you in a minute. My baby's got a big fan base out here. People just really love him and are recognizing him out in the world. And he's like, what? And I think we're just getting well known out here because we're just out and about all the time, active, doing things in the world, you know. People want us to sit and stare at the walls, and I mean that literally, but we can only take action, you know. It's really Buddhism. People think it's about staring at a wall, but it's really about taking action to better the world, you know. Excuse me. People who are sitting and staring at the walls ain't doing nothing for nobody. And we're suffering a lot for the action we're taking. But we're also getting rewarded in some ways. Like I said, the lady from the church was like, oh, thank you so much. We're so happy. Maybe you can help us some more. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure we can work it out. And what I want to do is set up a system at the Village Sage where the tenants work together to redirect. The tenants work together to redirect this stuff. From the trash, and there's a place for it, and they can go in. It's like a little shop, and you can go in if you want to. You say, oh, my baby needs clothes, You go in there and say, oh, before I go shopping, which is fun, but expensive, I'll go over into this, not boutique, but it's like a shop. We call it a shop. And we'll look through the baby clothes and maybe there's something there. And then they'll find all this awesome stuff. And we'll make sure that people don't throw dirty stuff over there. They have to wash it. And most of the stuff I find is washed and perfect. You know, I wash it again. And they can feel free to do that. But it'll already be clean. It's not like you're going and getting something nasty. I can smell McDonald's and I'm like ready to get off my dang diet. My cholesterol diet and my fat diet. And so, man, I've been on really strict diet, what they call it diet before, for decades and stuff, for my health. And that was hard at first and painful and anguishing. And then I got the hang of it and I did it. And it didn't bother me after that. And, you know, I always wanted to get off of it. I mean, who likes eating, you know, stuff that doesn't include pizza and cake? Probably healthy people like it, but we made it. Starbucks. Yesterday we came here and lucked out, got a fucking free coffee. And then on the way home I found $10 blowing around in a ditch. And I'm like, dang, life is good to us. And then my baby spilled the coffee, but that made me mad. But I've been getting mad about everything, and I don't remember if I told you guys that he quit school because he came up against an obstacle. And I am mad at him for it. I think it's a bad decision, but it is his right. I mean, if I force him to go to school, he's not going to do it, right? So just let it go. He says, oh, better things are going to happen. I'm like, well, maybe so, but you should be in school. That's just simple as that. I have like that kind of attitude about shit, and it makes it painful for him because he's wants to make decisions on his own. And I'm like, well, I want to make decisions on my own, and that includes you going to school too, you know. And but it's not possible. We're in each other's lives, and we can't just dismiss the other one. That's why we yell and scream at the bus stop. And then I show him the laws in the book, and he's like, oh shit. I'm like, yeah, we can't sign that other lease. But we are at risk right now because we haven't signed any lease. But they took our rent, and that's what matters. Took a while for them, but it always takes a while for them to get that out of my bank account. I've been painting stuff in our house all white, not, you know, our furniture that we're keeping. One person said, oh, I only want things that are really, really nice or in really good shape. And I'm like, everything we have is in good shape, but that doesn't mean they'll agree. So I kept some stuff, and I'm painting it and making it real pretty for a sort of a minimalist house that's not going to end up being minimalist. I mean, my goodness, we've got a long way to go before we can even get to maximalist. Man, my legs are sore. We do this kind of stuff every day. Usually we're dragging something home on our backs too, in addition to our heavy backpacks. So maybe we're just gluttons for punishment, but